It's so bright in here. So different from last week. Last week was so dark and dungy.
Yeah.
Really felt like we were back in our first apartment. Going back to them there what's happening days, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Oh. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready?
I'm ready.
For some S?
Soup!
I don't think I said the thing last week.
No, you didn't.
Hello,
no, you
everybody.
didn't. No, we whispered it.
And welcome back.
Oh, this thing. No, you didn't. I'm shutting up.
To SM Soup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain. Apologies for not saying that last week.
It was so dark you couldn't read the script.
Couldn't read the script. Last week was a funky episode because we had the actual recording ripped from us. And so then we kind of highlighted what we talked about. It was still pretty funny. It might have actually ended up being better than the original.
I felt it was.
Which is crazy. Yeah, I know how you felt. Anyway. Don't really have much planned for today.
Great.
Spencer was supposed to have a game prepped.
It was
By
Spencer.
the way, I'm Spencer.
I'm Shelby.
I was supposed to have a game prepped, and I'm not ready yet. So it's like the first game all over again.
Oh my God. Maybe we'll get it within the next year.
Empty promises. Shelby.
Yes.
How have you been?
Pretty good. Life's been busy. Like very busy. I'm a little tired, but I feel like I'm riding the high, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty good. I learned how to make a pair of pants in the past week.
Nice.
Thank you. So that was a pretty big win. Took a very long time. Probably 12 hours. But it happened with the aid of my grandmother.
Yeah, so we had 2 very different weekends.
We did.
You had your weekend full of
it was
time spent with loved ones,
yes,
and even my family.
Yeah.
And my weekend was spent alone.
With Grogu.
Yeah. 2 very, very different weekends.
Yeah.
And I think we both learned a lot.
Yeah, I'd say, what'd you learn?
I learned that in order for me to have a good time by myself, I need Shelby to be there.
Yeah.
I truly, it's wild, and what I'm about to say is going to sound very codependent.
Well, I'd say
which we are.
We have pretty big codependency issues.
Yeah, we do. But
as does our cat.
In all seriousness, I recognized that if I am truly I love being by myself, but when it's truly by myself for multiple days of being by myself and not having any social outlet, which I'm an introvert and I don't need a ton of social interaction, but it's crazy to think that literally even the person I see every single day for almost every single minute of every day, you would think
thank God a weekend.
You would think the amount of juice that I get out of the social squeeze would be so diluted at this point. Right. And it truly isn't. It's truly enough. It's truly all I need.
Yeah.
Is just that little bit.
Are you saying we could move away to a remote cabin together and never see anyone else ever again?
Yeah, I don't know if I would go that level, but when it comes to a 4-day span, if it's just you that I interact with, no worries.
Yeah.
But I get interactions through work and stuff like that, but literally Friday I had no interactions.
Yeah.
Thursday night I got home, was by myself.
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday night, and then most of Sunday, though we were talking on the phone while you were driving.
Yeah, if that doesn't go to show, we went from not talking for 3.5 days straight to talking for almost 7 hours straight.
There was some silence in there.
A little bit, but barely. For 7 hours, that's still a lot of conversing. Just a couple of chatty Cathys.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had that realization of and I mean, again, I was truly because then, Saturday I talked to our friend Brock for 3 hours and that was a huge boost.
Yeah.
That was crucial.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I love a day where you go to do your market or something and I'm I get the day all to myself.
So quiet in here.
I get to do whatever I want.
So quiet.
But the nice thing is that I know you'll be back
at
the end of the day.
Right.
Still. So Anyway. But yeah, you learned how to make some pants.
I did, and I did my first paint and sip. I've never done a paint and sip before. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it.
What else happened? Anything else? Anything else exciting?
Those are the big ones. Oh, do you want me? You can talk about it.
No,
please. No, please.
I'm asking you.
No, that was it.
Nothing else exciting.
Nothing else exciting. Grogu's going ham at his carrier right now.
Any news that we got today?
My mom's getting a new crown on her tooth today. It's pretty big news. Grogu's birthday was yesterday. That's pretty big news. He's trying to eat Velcro right now. He's trying to figure out all the secrets so he can escape next time he's trapped in there. Oh, we got an apartment. Yeah. Is that the big news?
We bought a zoo.
Got
an apartment.
We got an apartment.
It's official.
The episode that basically got trashed, we were just talking about being in Charlotte the whole time, and I know we recapped most of it.
Well, we recapped the highlights of Charlotte.
Yeah, which was probably for the best. And yeah, we officially, well, I shouldn't say officially, we didn't sign a paper, but we all but have an apartment. We got approved, which is a big step for anyone who's rented ever in their life. You know that's you're just sitting waiting to hear your fate. They've looked over every piece of information ever about you, and you're like, I'm sure somewhere in my life I fucked up and this is going to represent poorly. I also was thinking about this. I don't know if I talked about this in either of the last two attempted recordings. Your whole life you're told your information is private and very sensitive, and don't tell anyone anything about yourself. Barely tell them your middle name. Don't tell shit like that. People are don't tell anyone anything. You want to live somewhere, you have to tell them every more details than you actually even know about yourself.
Social security number, last two places you live.
And with it all being online now, you're just pointed to a direction and told give them everything. There is no I trust. If anything, digital is probably more secure than papers in someone's box in someone's apartment. I totally get that. I'm not arguing the internet and security, but it's crazy.
But also the internet and security.
Yeah, on the same way. Yeah, it's crazy that they're click this link, which you're just hopefully this is the right link. Mm-hmm. Hopefully this is the real person. Hopefully in today's day and age, the amount of fake links that are created, which again, I trusted the whole process. That's not what I'm saying. It's just crazy. Everything you're told in life. And then the minute you want to live somewhere, because you have to live somewhere for your own safety, or you should get the chance to live somewhere for your own safety. They're give us everything. Everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just I think you know more about me than I know about me. Because I'm sitting here going, what's the answer to this? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Well, it's when I had to do the background or the certification checks for various states.
Yeah.
And I needed to give some of them my bank accounts.
Yeah.
And tell them how much money was in there.
Yeah. Well, they did. Yeah, they did a bank account check on us. And I'm that's crazy. They were just yeah, just give us your bank. And I was you want my bank? And they were
give it to us.
Yeah, just give it to us. We're not asking questions. You shouldn't ask questions. And I'm just what
you are asking questions. You're making me give you my bank.
They were no, but you can trust us.
But if you say no, that looks even worse.
Exactly. It's just crazy. Yeah, a wild concept. But thankfully we got approved. So
got approved. We got it worked out. So
now we just have to figure out all the actual logistics to get there.
Yay! It's gonna be a couple of crazy weeks. Hopefully we can document some of it fairly well. Especially with these tiny mics. Just kidding. We don't have them.
That would be so fun. I hope, I don't know. I feel I sort of tried vlogging the experience of moving up here, and then I never got anywhere. I feel I literally filmed we're in the car to Boston. I think that's all I filmed.
Shelby, that's 90% of the times when you try to blog things.
Yeah. Don't call it blog.
Vlog.
I know. I suck. I'm aware that it's me. I'm the problem. But yeah, maybe we'll try.
It's you. Hi.
It's me. Hi. Yeah. Hopefully we'll try to film some of it. I think that'd be fun. Because we have our little kitty that has to come all the way. And we have a lot of shit that has to come all the way. And it should be fun.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I'm actually very excited.
I'm honestly even more excited.
We keep pacing around the apartment going, is there anything we can pack? Is there anything we can like start? Oh, I think this will pack like this.
Honestly, pretty soon we're actually gonna be able to start like packing up stuff.
I know it is
a lot of
coming
the extra
soon.
stuff, like
Yeah,
real soon.
Yeah.
Like really soon.
Like tomorrow.
No, but like we're pretty busy. Like
it's a few weeks away.
The rest of March and like some of May or some of April. Yeah. And like, yeah.
Big time. So we're gonna be talking about moving a lot probably. I kind of want to find an online simulator of like they make these for like big interior design. It's basically Sims where, you know, you can kind of like input the dimensions of like your objects and then find a dimension of what you're putting them into and like literally play basically packing Tetris. And like I really want to do that. I feel like that'd be really satisfying.
Cool.
But I don't know if that actually exists anywhere. I feel like it does somewhere.
I feel like, are you talking about for like packing like the pod?
Yeah.
Well, I think we can just get the dimensions of the pod and literally we can just do that.
Yeah, we could.
Cool.
I just didn't know if there was like a thing that already exists where you just like input all the dimensions and it kind of does it for you.
Maybe.
Where it nicely visually does it for you. Like I'm not saying it has to like do the stacking for me, but like it can be like, oh, what's the dimension? This. Okay, cool. This is the space you're working with.
Maybe, yeah.
Because again, that's what like interior designers, like they build a lot of it. Like they build the thing to show what it looks like. It's not like they're like inputting all the just like, oh, I want 8x10 rug, you know. So that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play packing Tetris, or we're just gonna play real life packing Tetris. And we're gonna do what we did when we moved in here. We're gonna tape out the size of the box and start stacking things. We're gonna practice.
I also said we should literally do that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna fight you.
Okay. Right here, right now. But yeah, we're excited to say the least. We love packing. Well, we love moving. We love, what do we love? We love packing and unpacking and organizing. I don't like lifting things. That's my least favorite.
I know.
But I'll do what I gotta do.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
Nuh-uh.
Are you kidding me?
You're gonna make me do it all.
No. I set up markets like every week for like 3 months last year.
Yep.
Toted around like almost 300 pounds of shit.
Yeah.
Every week.
Sure.
And you're going to tell me that I'm not going to help?
Who carries the heaviest stuff?
Me.
Okay.
When I'm by myself.
But when you're not?
Still me. Because a lot of it weighs the same thing.
Right.
They're called
How much
weights.
of it is actually heavy?
Well, I'm carrying, I don't know the weights of everything.
None of it.
Shut up.
You shut
know
up.
I do it.
I know that somehow it's like, oh, these 2 bins can go in. And then like you're like kind of walking towards one already. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just take the other one. And I lift up the other one and I can tell my back is going to explode. And meanwhile, you pick the other one up and you're like lifting it up over your head because it weighs 2 pounds because it's our 2 pounds of feathers.
Yeah. I do keep packing our 2 pounds of feathers.
And I don't know why you keep putting it in a bin.
I know. Bag would suffice.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait. Yeah. I expect a SM Soup where I think we film an impromptu one in the new space, literally on the floor, because we're not going to have any furniture as soon as we get in there. I think that'll be fun.
That would be very fun.
Okay.
Ask
me about how my
Spencer. How are you doing? Any exciting
Baseball's
news?
back, baby. World Baseball Classic.
How close were we to going to the World Baseball Classic finals?
We were close. So today I'm going to give you a history of the World Baseball Classic.
Okay.
No, I'm not. That's boring. No, so we didn't really have a plan for this episode.
We kind of did.
What?
Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have a plan.
Oh, okay. Right. Sorry. Originally.
The answer is yes. You are the asshole. So I figured we could do... So the internet loves... society, love to do this thing where they take their issues to the internet and ask the important question of, hey, vibe check.
Mm-hmm.
Here's all the details, which I'm telling you my side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole? And then kind strangers on reddit.com, where the kindest of people are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say whether or not you are, in fact, the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's nothing new. Plenty of people have done this before us.
Yeah.
Plenty of people will do this after us.
Right.
If anybody does it after us, it's clearly because of us. No, people love to like post this shit like onto them. Like it gets cross-posted onto Twitter. And so I thought it would be fun for us to read some of these insane stories that people have where they ask whether or not they are the asshole.
Okay.
So I'm going to read a couple of like the like headings.
Yeah.
And you tell me like when there's one that you want.
Oh, we're picking?
Yeah, like you tell me which one sounds like one that you want to like dive into to figure out if the person in the like if it like calls out. So for example, the first one is, am I the asshole for calling my mom when my husband refused to listen to me? Does that really move you at all? Like do you read that headline and you're like, ooh? Or like do you want something juicier? You know?
I guess we can go juicier.
I'm just saying, like,
I just want to know, call her mom in what capacity? To like bitch? Because I feel like that's normal.
I don't know. This has 40,000 points.
40,000 points?
Which means like 40,000 like upvotes.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
let's do it.
Or it's 40,000 like net positive 40,000.
Yeah. Let's do that and then maybe try and find a juicier one.
Okay.
To compare.
All right. Am I the asshole for calling my mom when my husband refused to listen to me?
This is on like the subreddit.
This is on the subreddit r/am I the asshole.
Okay. And do you want to call out the user or anything? I don't know if that's a thing.
I can.
I don't know
what do
you
you
read
think?
it. That's up to you.
I mean, their username's on it, so
Okay.
I guess it wouldn't matter, huh? This is from user even-string even 3530.
They're the asshole.
Well, they're the one asking if they're the asshole.
Yeah, I'm joking.
All right. So I, 26F, recently moved into my first home. I am also 4 months pregnant with our first baby. The pregnancy has been very hard. I have horrible morning sickness. It reached a really bad point where I passed out, hit my head, and my doctor admitted me to the hospital for a week. When I got home, my husband allowed his brother's family to move into 2 of our 3 bedrooms. They were evicted, I don't know why, so from their previous place, I guess.
Right.
One room was my office. Was tossed into our room, papers everywhere.
So the items of the office were thrown into their room.
Yeah.
Just thrown.
The house was a complete wreck. Trash, dirty clothes, used diapers. I started to cry. It was like a light flipped. My husband was no longer the same. My husband told me it wasn't that bad. My reply was, fine, then you should have the house cleaned up before I wake up. Completely exhausted, I fell asleep for 4 hours. I woke up and went to get a drink of water. I couldn't. Every glass we own is scattered around the house. They didn't clean a single thing. I passive-aggressively started to pick up the dirty dishes and wash them. The following morning, I was trying my best to work when their kids were crying nonstop, banging on the walls, so on. Their mom was in her room for hours, ignoring them. When my husband came home, he was upset with me over how I didn't make his brother's wife feel welcome in our home by helping with their kids when she was tired. Then continued to complain how nothing was done while he was at work all day in the house. Yep, the same one he didn't clean. That led to a fight where I told him, quote, I am too sick to have company and they need to leave, to which he replied they're his family and he won't kick them out. I started to cry again. I was beyond frustrated, exhausted. I physically couldn't do it anymore. I called my mom asking if I could come stay with her, telling her the whole story in front of my husband, who at this point was completely shocked, angry. Also, I could tell he wasn't sure what to do. I am doing my best here. I don't know if you can tell. I am struggling. I am in the throes of, I promise I read at a 7th grade level. And this is like, I would say 7th grade probably is my reading level. If Aiden Ross is 1st grade, I would say I'm 7th grade. No, the choice of punctuation and everything and just like the actual writing is very poor, but it's very long. So I'm sure they were just trying to.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this current moment, I am feeling for this person. This sucks.
Okay, I got a text message from my mother-in-law for calling me an ass for not helping my husband clean up the house and putting my brother-in-law in an uncomfortable position by having my mom boss him around. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, hang on. I skipped a paragraph. That's on me. My mom came with my brothers. I have 3 older brothers. My mom, super angry, told my husband, since your family can stay, so can we. My mom quickly took charge.
Oh my God.
I was sent to bed. My brothers started cleaning, complaining loudly at how disgusting my brother-in-law's family is, along with what a horrible husband my husband is for putting me through this while I am sick. I got a text message from my mother-in-law for calling me an ass for not helping my husband clean up the house and putting my brother-in-law in an uncomfortable position by having my mom boss him around. Edited to add update. When my mother-in-law showed up, she was super angry outside. When did she show up?
I'm guessing she just did when she heard everything.
I could hear shouting, but couldn't understand what was said. Once inside, she was shocked. My house looked really bad. My brother-in-law lied to her about what happened. My mother-in-law quickly started to help my mom in the bossing mode. My house is not just clean, but deep clean. My brother-in-law and his kids are now staying with mother-in-law. She didn't know about the eviction. My in-laws helped them financially a couple of months ago. My mother-in-law was not happy about it. Sister-in-law refused to come out of the bedroom. She would scream through the door, but that was about it until her family came to pick her up. Last little bit, I did talk to my husband. He seemed very remorseful. I asked for some space. He's staying at a hotel. He asked to come by and talk to me tonight. My mom and dad are here. Both moms felt like I should have someone here since I am sick. Both moms have set up a meal plan where they trade off who will bring in dinner. It was my mother-in-law's idea. Thank you all for your advice. I truly appreciate it.
Wow, that really turned
this
around.
had like a lot of updates and
stuff.
Yeah. Kind of clear cut. Not the asshole.
Definitely not. That sounds like such a complicated situation. Like a lot was going wrong at once, and no one was just like taking a moment to be like, "Wait, this is crazy." Like,
yeah.
All she wanted was help.
I'm like trying to like put myself in like and like think about the situation as well, and like I'm thinking about because like I have a brother, obviously. Mm-hmm. If my brother came to me,
yeah,
for like long-term living,
right,
before going to my parents,
right,
I'd be like, no, you're out of your mind.
You'd say no to him?
Yeah. Long-term? I guess it depends on what you call long-term. But this seems like they full-on moved in.
Yeah.
Whereas I think
it sounds like they didn't have another option in their heads. Yeah.
I feel like if my brother was like, can I come stay with you for a month? I'd be like, sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Does he have kids at this point? If the answer is yes, then no, you can't. This is a bachelor pad. No kids are allowed.
Yeah,
Shelby and I have a very strict, like, what's that? Bachelor lifestyle. What's another word for bachelor?
I don't know.
What's it called when you're like wealthy and have no kids? There's like a term for that.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, just like the whole like millennials.
Yeah, what is it?
In dual income.
Yeah, dual income, no kids, right? Dinks.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard a few different ways of rephrasing that. I don't actually know the word that people use.
We're going to be a couple of dinks.
Oh, God. Just dual income, no kids. Yeah, I guess that's it. I feel like I've heard a rearrangement of those words, so I don't know if that's like the term or what. Yeah, that sounds really stressful for like actually everyone, but also like just crazy. But I'm glad to hear that they're definitely not the asshole for calling their mom.
I also just love the guy. I gotta be careful here because I know I'm not great. But I love the guy who...
Like the husband?
In this situation, like I just think about like if you had the flu, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, Spencer, can you please clean the apartment?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't do it and then come back. I would expect no less than to be punched in the face if the first thing out of my mouth were,
why didn't you clean this? Or
why is the apartment so messy?
Yeah. Yeah.
You were home all day.
Yeah.
Like that is just insane to me.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
I know I don't clean.
Yeah.
Right? I know I don't clean. I would never, but like it's because I don't care.
Right.
Which isn't great, obviously. But like you know what I mean? Like I don't come in the door and be like, I never go to you and go like, this apartment's really dirty.
Yeah.
Like start dropping subtle hints.
Yeah,
I just expect to be patted on the back every once in a while when I do clean stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I emptied the dishwasher and like all you had to say was like, good job. Pretty crazy to me. Do you not understand? I'm a man. Do you not understand how hard that is for me to do?
Sure, it's very hard.
And I mean, I'm 6'4" too, so like I have to bend over.
Right. Must be difficult.
I always hate those though. So like in any situation, if that sentence comes up when reading, like, am I the asshole in this situation? And like the significant other said that in that situation, the person's automatically not the asshole.
Yeah, I know.
The significant other's
Yeah,
definitely
that
the
sounds
asshole.
really stressful and awful.
Let's see what a couple of people said.
I don't know how, in what capacity someone would be like, yeah, you're definitely the asshole. If anything, that's like good.
Oh, this is a good one. Terrified Squid comes in and says, wait, your mother-in-law called to fuss at you for involving your mother? There's this pot kettle thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not the asshole 1000%. It's impossible. But house guests in a shared home require 2 yeses and only 1 no. Yeah. Both of you agree or it shouldn't happen. Your husband has treated you abominably. I'm not sure I could deal with that, honestly.
Also, just,
can you go stay with your mom?
I'm not trying to like dive into, because obviously we were told a blurb of what I'm sure was a giant experience. But to have the lack of consideration to like clearly like one of those, she literally said one of those rooms was being used as my office, to care so little about the person who lives there and uses it every day.
Right.
And to just take all of that and like, as she said, literally just chuck it somewhere else and be like, I'm sure none of this matters. I can do whatever.
Keep going.
And like that just shows like so little like consideration or care in any capacity, like from the beginning. Like on top of the clearly didn't ask for permission, clearly just started moving shit and like didn't even take care in moving shit.
They have a kid on the way, and that's already what you're seeing.
Oh, yeah.
While you're 4 months pregnant.
Uh-huh.
Like that's normally when, like, as the guy, hear me out, man, you know, ham it up a little bit, you know, prove your worth. Then when the kid comes, be like, you're stuck with me, you know?
I really love all these tips you're giving men. Great.
Men, is it gay to love your girlfriend over sports? Maybe. All right. Let's see some other ones. Am I the asshole for yelling at my girlfriend to, quote, stop fucking eating? What do you think?
Probably.
Yeah?
You probably are.
You want to read that one?
Yeah, read that one.
So OP is throwaway
Did
cake.
Did you write this one? Sorry, go ahead.
OP is throwaway cake girlfriend. Throwaway in Reddit terms means like you made the account specifically just to post this like thing.
Oh, okay.
And like it's not actually your account. You're trying to make sure nobody else can really like tie it to you, even though telling a detailed story like this.
Yeah, good shot.
You know.
Yeah, cool.
Use your like throwaway for like r/ Boston swingers or something.
Yeah.
All right. My M26, so person who's typing this is guy 26.
Yeah.
His sister F23.
Okay.
Runs a bakery business, and she's been struggling lately to keep up with orders because she's been short-staffed.
Yeah.
She does a lot of orders for wedding cakes that require custard or marmalade fillings, and I offer to help her out by making these fillings at home and bringing them to her so she has less work to do. Unfortunately, the past 4 times I've made these fillings, my girlfriend, F24, has literally dipped her fingers into the filling jars and contaminated them because, in her words, she, quote, just wanted to try some. I've tried explaining to her that she can't dip her fingers in and contaminate the entire batch because then I have to remake it.
Right.
I said she should use a spoon and take some out if she wants to try so bad. Yes. But she just pouts and says that she likes using her fingers because it takes her back to her childhood.
Okay.
Today I was trying to finish some chocolate custard to send it over to my sister really fast because she was running late on a wedding cake order for an important client. I told my girlfriend beforehand to not eat the custard and if she really wanted to please use a spoon. I get out of the shower and what do I see? She has her fingers in it again. I totally lost it because this is the 5th time she blatantly disregarded what I said and I yelled at her and told her to stop fucking eating the food I'm making because it's not for her and she's contaminating it. She started crying and got mad at me for fat shaming her, even though I made no comment on her weight and she has no history of weight issues or eating disorders. I know I was harsh, but she kept pushing my limits. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, she's clearly the asshole.
She's a child.
For getting caught as you're getting out of the shower, there's no way you shower for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Literally, you have all the time in the world to dip your grubby little fingers in there.
That also, it feels like she was trying to set it up to be seen. Second, you're a fucking you are being a child if you are actually going to create a fuss over that. Like, you are being a child. Literally take a spoon, put it in a bowl, and fucking dip your fingers in that.
Yeah. Harmonia_PASB says, does she also wear a diaper and draw on the walls with crayons because it reminds her of her childhood? Not the asshole.
Exactly. Not the asshole. Also, I mean, it's just obvious because you're working with food, but like, I did work in a bakery for like how many years? And yeah, you don't just fucking stick your fingers in shit. Like, other people are eating that. Like, that's a huge health violation.
Right.
That's insane. Like, that's literally insane. Are you a child? Like, you're a child. At 24, I mean, at any age, over the age of like reasonably like 11, you should hear, hey, don't do that. Actually, I'm not even saying don't have any of it. I'm saying if you're going to do it this way.
Right.
Please. That was the 5th time. You're a child. If that took 5 times for like, and then you're going to cry as a response to being told to not do something you were asked not to do 5 times. That's insane. Like, you're dating a child. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's so fucking annoying.
All right. Let's see some other ones.
Also,
we
shout out
do like 2 more, right?
Shout out to that guy for being like, I'll make the fillings.
Yeah.
That's like sick.
I mean, the one thing I will say is that like, these are internet stories.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Take everything with a grain of salt.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The person who wrote that may not be 26.
Oh, no.
May not be a man. And may not
Yeah.
live with his 24-year-old girlfriend. And he may not make dessert fillings for his 23-year-old sister.
It's still a really realistic scenario, though.
Oh, it absolutely is.
That's happened to someone. For some
I'm not saying it hasn't.
Yes.
It's just, that's the one thing I will say. Like, with any of the stories that we read, you take everything with a grain of salt because it is just on the internet.
Yeah.
No,
and 1000%.
There's no way to corroborate half of it.
1000%.
All right. Let's see.
Am I the asshole? My cat punched me in the eye at 2 a.m. So I rearranged my bedroom.
Am I the asshole for refusing to help my daughter with her car payment because she is a stripper? Am I the asshole for telling my daughter she was being a brat after she cried about blowing out her birthday candles? Would I be the asshole for not going on a family vacation because my brother wants to bring his dog? Am I the asshole for telling my fiance that my friend's trauma is more important than her comfort?
Ooh.
Am I the asshole for demanding my girlfriend tells me her author's pen name? Am I the asshole for telling someone they're selfish for asking a 22-year-old to become a child's guardian? Any of these? Am I the asshole for not letting my friend bring his service dog over?
Yes.
Okay, let's read that one.
You're an asshole. Period.
User is, am I the asshole throwaway 8? They started off by saying throwaway. My M39 friend, M38, recently got a service dog. It's a diabetic alert dog. The issue arises in that he wants to bring it to my house when I host hangouts/parties. I'm not much of a dog person and really don't want it at my house. It is a breed that sheds and I don't want to have to deal with dog hair in my house. Also, my kids regularly play in our yard and I don't want them to encounter dog poop and pee. I've spent the last 10 years in this house turning it into a place my friends, family, and I can hang out. I have a pool, I built a bar in my basement, those types of upgrades. I offered to meet out at a restaurant or someone else's place and host less, but my house is the preferred destination among everyone else. I roll. I have amenities that others don't, and there are no expensive food and bar tabs at my place. I host a lot during football season and other major sporting events, with some general hangouts in between. I told my friend that his dog wasn't welcome. I offered to pay for a monitoring device he can use while at my house, but he didn't take that offer well. He let me know he wasn't happy and recently missed our Super Bowl get-together. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a service dog. What? Also, if you're okay, the hair, I'm going to say I understand in gigantic air quotes, like not having a dog and then like being like, ugh, I have to vacuum everything. I'm not saying that's not like the minorest of frustrations. I'm not going to say it's not. Is it worth saying no to a service dog? No. But If your concern is your yard, just go, hey, just make sure you pick up after the dog. Because anyone who has a dog knows how to do that. Please just pick up after your dog. Or if you have a big yard, be like, can you try and keep it in this area? Like, I mean, we have like my parents have a yard and it's fenced in, and we just try to like, especially like for like pee, because you don't pick up pee. You're like, just try and keep them in this area. That's all you have to say. Anyone who has a dog knows how to do that.
But also, it just like it gets absorbed. Who cares?
Oh, I totally agree. I'm saying like just ask them to pick up the poop.
Like just as long as you don't walk in the fresh pee, it's gonna be gone in like a second.
I know.
Crazy.
It is crazy. That's insane.
Professor Emeritus. I feel like there's a pun there, but I'm probably not pronouncing it right. You're the asshole. You need to stop equating your friend's service dog to pets. This is a medical assistance device. Would you tell someone they couldn't bring their wheelchair because you didn't want the wheels tracking dirt on your floor? And somebody followed up and said, I'm guessing he would.
Literally, yeah. Also, I'm sorry. Like, you value your house that much. Like, you value your house over like your friend's like health.
Doesn't really make sense, to be honest. If the dog sheds that much, then it would be on his friend's clothes anyway. What about pet hair on other people's clothes that visit?
Yeah.
What about other people's kids? Are people allowed to eat inside? They might drop crumbs. Oh man, OP might actually have to get the vacuum cleaner out. What a pain in the ass. Worth losing a friend over for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if farting is banned in this house too.
Again, just valuing a house so much more than clearly like a friend.
Crazy.
Is crazy. Like, I can't mentally understand that in any capacity. I guess, what do you do? Okay, this is all hypothetical. I guess like if someone has like a really bad allergy, like how do you handle that? Like, you can take meds for allergies generally.
What do you mean? Like, not like be sure to not have like the food or whatever? The allergy?
No, sorry, like to the animal.
Huh?
Like, what if one of his kids had like a major allergy to the animal, to the dog? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, then I think it would be, I guess we're not friends anymore. Or like, I'll come over to your house, but you can't come over here because my kids can't be around a dog.
Yeah.
But that would be different.
No, I agree. I'm not trying to make his situation better.
I know.
I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not trying to.
Am I the asshole for taking my dog into the grocery store for no more than 10 minutes?
Was there a sign outside that said no dogs?
I don't know. Do we want to read it?
I don't know.
Dog grocery store throwaway. I, F33, am a proud owner of Peanut, my Yorkshire Terrier.
Yep,
I took
already
Peanut
the
to
asshole.
the dog park today and PetSmart. And the same complex is the grocery store I go to. It was a warmer day and I didn't want to leave Peanut in the car, so I leashed him up and took him in with me. I'd planned on a quick trip, no more than 10 minutes. I went to the produce department to grab some stuff. A guy, probably in his 30s, not an employee, rudely told me that pets aren't allowed in grocery stores and asked why I had my dog with me. Before I could respond, he told me it was gross as fuck to have my dog in the produce section. I explained it was hot out and I planned to be quick in the store. I apologized and said the most convenient thing for me was to come here with Peanut. He told me to fuck off and not be a lazy pet owner. Then he stormed off. It was a bit of a scene. Feeling uncomfortable, I just left. I thought it'd be no big deal. Peanut didn't misbehave or have an accident, and I didn't think I was being an asshole.
I mean, the guy like blowing up was a little dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean, but there are probably signs that say like dogs
the first,
other than service.
I'll say the person who has the highest, and so this person was marked as you are the asshole, which the guy was an asshole,
yes.
But so were you.
Yeah.
So this person said you are the asshole. As someone who works in a grocery store, don't bring your fucking dog to a grocery store. Edit, I'm getting countless "what about service dogs" comments. Obviously, this is not about service dogs. This is about pets. OP's dog is a pet, not a service dog. A service dog isn't going to piss in an aisle, bark at a small child, try to bite other customers, or run loose throughout the store.
Correct. Absolutely.
So there is like a difference. Like sometimes people, I think, like miss that. They're like, oh, this person brought their dog in, so clearly I can bring mine. And it's like, well, no.
That's not how that works. Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah. No. Service dogs. Yeah. I have no other words.
So
yeah.
So we just read a couple of examples.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would maybe be fun to do a little like Let's just like create like a scenario.
Can I tell you a hypothetical one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Am I the asshole? M26. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, partner or girlfriend, F25.
Okay.
All right, from the perspective of M26.
Okay.
I would consider myself a pretty funny person. I like to crack a lot of jokes. I like to make people laugh.
Uh-huh.
I'm just a happy guy. I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. And every night, for some reason, at around 9 to 10:30 p.m., F25 decides to crack a real good one. Thinks she's so funny and crazy. She thinks she like can compare to my comedic skills. Always decides to crack it between 9 and 10:30 o'clock. Doesn't she understand this is my lowest energy time throughout the day? So am I the asshole when almost every night between 9 and 10:30 p.m. I tell F25 to shut the fuck up?
That's slander. One, it does not happen every night.
Happens like at least twice a week.
Okay. Even if that's true, which I don't think it is.
And the worst part about it is when I tell her to shut the fuck up, she takes it as an invitation to keep going.
No.
And maybe make it worse.
No, she takes that as an invitation not to like say it in the moment. Like, hey, by the way, you just told me to shut up, because apparently M26 doesn't fucking realize it. And then in the morning, after a great 8 hours of sleep, is told that he told her to shut the fuck up, but he doesn't remember ever saying that. Convenient, maybe, but...
So funny. I'm sorry, I just came up with that because I had to.
Just that was random, though.
Yeah, totally hypothetical.
Totally hypothetical.
Totally hypothetical.
All right, I have one. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Am I the asshole? This is the title.
Okay.
Am I the asshole if I fire an employee but don't tell them they were fired, and then when they in a public forum ask me if they were fired, I berate them, make fun of them, and then they are in fact fired?
They were already fired, though? They were already fired?
They were already fired.
But you didn't tell them.
But they didn't know, and so they asked in a public forum.
Right.
All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Now here's the story.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how fucking old he is. Recently
Does he have an interest in emeralds?
bought a media company. Social media, maybe.
What does it rhyme with?
It rhymes with quitter, which is what I'm not.
Right, of course not.
Recently,
Mm-hmm.
an incredible developer and programmer from Norway?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Decided to publicly humiliate me by asking if he was no longer employed.
Yeah. Because
he hasn't had access to any of his shit for 9 days.
That's the worst way to fire someone ever.
Can't take a hint, huh?
Right.
Anyway, he decided to ask me on twitter.com. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I've never heard of it. I've heard of quitter.com, but not twitter.com.
I gotta find all this now.
Oh, great.
Anyway, so this guy, right? This fucking guy. So he says he's just asking an honest question. So I decide after, months of, or after days of not, asking him or of not responding to him, I decide to respond to this public outcry,
right,
and ask him just exactly like what work he's been doing. And he comes back to me with some bogus excuse that like he would break NDA by publicly speaking about it. And so he said that he wanted like express written consent from my lawyers that he was allowed, and that like he wouldn't get into any legal trouble. So anyway, I probably lied to him when I said it's approved, go ahead. And then he decided to go ahead and list out everything that he's been doing. And I decided to continue to call him out about those about those things. And make like jokes like pics or it didn't happen,
Right.
even though he doesn't have access to his stuff.
Right. You're so funny.
And then I keep making fun of him, right? And then he tries to like play the whole like victim card that he's disabled in all of this, but he's been typing this entire time, so like clearly he's not that disabled.
Oh my God.
So, and then I did in fact fire him and made sure HR got back to him
Via
after
Twitter,
9 days.
Right.
Am I the asshole?
Yes. You suck. I saw an article that was like, am I allowed to just say his name? Because it was blatantly obvious. Okay. That was like, here are the top 5 books Elon Musk recommends to turn your life around. And I was like, do any of them involve how to come from a rich daddy or no? Anyway.
Yeah, like Elon Musk has I just saw something about this. He has like a children's book that's like all about like how like pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And I'm just gonna give a blanket trigger warning for part of this. So if you don't deal well with like death and stuff, you know, maybe skip ahead a little bit. But basically, Elon in the book was like, kids used to make fun of Elon and even sometimes they'd push him down the stairs.
That's so mean.
Yeah, it is.
You shouldn't push anyone down the stairs.
And it's true that he did get pushed down the stairs and had to go to the hospital.
Did he really?
Yeah. But it was because he made fun of a kid whose dad had committed suicide.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
How many stairs?
Not enough.
Yeah, clearly. That's awful. That's so fucked. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what, he like came out with that story and was like, this happened to me, and the person who was like actually there was like, yeah, this is
no,
what
his
happened.
dad. His dad was literally like, yeah, one time Elon was pushed down the stairs because he was making fun of a kid. And when I realized what he had been making fun of the kid for, he was like, I had to drop it. And like not like try to press charges or anything. Yeah. Because clearly my son was in the wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Nobody should get pushed down the stairs.
Yeah,
but like
in that moment, you're like, well, maybe don't be an idiot.
Fuck around, find out.
Wow. That's wild.
The crazy thing about this whole story about this guy,
the owner of Twitter.
No. The dev who was like asking.
Yes, yeah. That's such a shitty way to fire someone.
He sold his company to Twitter. He like sold it to Twitter at like Twitter got it for a premium.
Oh, right.
Like he took way less.
Right.
But he like had them acquire it in such a way that he would have to like pay more in taxes on it because he wanted that to go back because like it's taxes that go to like his country, which I want to confirm.
Okay.
Reykjavik is in...
Right, it's Iceland.
Iceland. Okay, so I guess he's from Iceland. Anyway. He like wanted like in such a way when something hits something, you pay more in taxes, and he like specifically wanted to do that.
Okay. To like benefit Iceland.
He's like a really like good person.
Yeah.
Like he seems like a really like good person. Now everybody's a milkshake duck, so like don't put too much faith in him because as soon as you do. But yeah, he has like muscular dystrophy, so like, he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
He does have like he can use his hands, but he can't code for long periods of time. He can, however, text on a phone with just one hand.
Also, not to be an idiot, in 2023, there's how many other methods to like do something?
Speech to text, stuff like that.
What an idiotic assumption of like whatever.
So he sells his company, and because Twitter knew that they got it for such a discount, he was immediately put on the do not fire list because if he were to get fired, they would give him a massive benefits package. Effectively as a like, because you like, this is what you're owed.
They like back-ended like, the benefits. Yeah.
So like the idea is that like you're going to have a cushy job and never get fired because then you won't get like that end paid out.
Yeah.
And so it's like hedging.
Yeah. So like hopefully he didn't get fucked in that way with getting fired. Like hopefully that was still the agreement.
Because if he got fired per the terms of his contract, he's entitled to all this now.
True. At least that part he got. That still sucks though.
So Elon Musk like literally makes fun of this guy.
Yeah.
Literally tweets like in another thread like, sorry, he's just the worst. Then he also says like, don't like that he says that he's unable to work. Like this guy hasn't done anything, says that he can't work, but then he types all this stuff on Twitter. Meanwhile, Elon's on Twitter. Like Elon has a reply to a tweet. What does
Elon do?
He posts memes. He posts crappy 4chan memes.
Yeah.
It's just insane. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Apparently he then had a long conversation with this guy now and was like, some of the stuff that was told of me, apparently wasn't true. And I'm now talking to him and like apologized publicly. And it's just, again, it's amazing that like his followers, his like, fanboys literally were in this man's replies, calling him a worthless piece of shit, all this other stuff, like, ha ha ha, you like did stupid things and now you're getting stupid consequences. Like, this is what you get when you call out. You should have handled this privately. When he tried to handle it privately, and after 9 days, clearly the only way you can get to your fucking boss is to tweet at him. Elon takes exception to that and thinks you're trying to publicly shame him, but really all you're doing is calling him out for not doing his fucking job, and he doesn't like that either. Then he was like, oh, fine, I'll just fire you because that's what he can do.
Right.
And then he's the one who fucked around and found out.
Right.
Anyway. So, but then Elon apologizes, and his followers are just like, takes a real man to publicly apologize. It takes a real man to never say these fucking things in the first place.
Yeah, what?
Anyway.
Oh my God, that's so
my
silly.
little rant.
That's so silly.
All right.
I have a real life Am I the Asshole?
Me too.
Really quick.
I do. I have one as well.
Okay. It's from high school. It's actually me. What? It has nothing to do with you, if that's what the smirk's forming about.
Not smirking.
Okay.
I'm just waiting.
I feel like you're smirking. It's from high school. And I think for like a week, I genuinely sat there and was like, knowing this was a thing, was like, am I the asshole? Okay. So this is like genuine.
All right. So this is schoolgirl throwaway on Reddit.
Yeah.
Title.
Am I the asshole for saying someone could be a club president and then running against them?
Okay, that's the title.
Sure.
This has a net positive 5 upvotes.
Yep.
Because nobody cares about that title.
Precisely. Yeah. I wasn't really paying attention to the titles of any of the other ones, so I like didn't really think to come up with one. So I'm not even gonna like talk like it's not me. It's me. But hi.
I'm the problem.
I'm the problem. So at the time I was probably 17-ish. And I was NBD, student council president, of our big old school. But anyway, so I'm student council president. But I was part of this other club called Leo Club, which if anyone doesn't know what that is, if you have like a local like Lions Club, the Leo Club is like the school version of
What's
that.
a Lions Club?
Lions Club is just a local community
like
organization. Yeah, kind of like a Rotary.
Okay.
If I had to guess, like that'd be the closest.
I feel like a Rotary is like a very like universally
it
well
is,
known.
Yeah. Lions Club, yeah. It's a lot of bit about community building, volunteering, like.
And this is specifically like a school sanctioned club.
And yeah, the school sanction is the Leo Club version. So, yeah. I
was in the Lit Leo Club, which was a Pokemon club that was fans of the Pokemon Lit Leo.
And so rude. Anyway, so I was already student council president. It's our senior year, so a lot of people are stressed about like looking good on resumes and whatnot for a very frustrating, annoying time. I could rant about that for like an hour because
maybe we'll talk about that next week.
Sure.
Talk about like
it actually pissed me off.
Shit that we had to do growing up because we were told it would have
an effect on our future.
And whether or not it did.
Yeah. Also the people who never gave a flying fuck until they were told to look good on paper, and then they for 1 second gave a flying fuck and were like, I need to do something to look good. I wanted to punch those people in the face for another day. So everyone's worried about looking good on paper. And I had been a part of the Leo Club every year of high school, like all years of it. And so senior year, there were just to be totally frank, we weren't a part of like a big school. So like you knew every single person in all the clubs kind of thing. There were only so many people of each grade in each club. And anyone could run for like a president, vice president position, whatever. But it's obviously just assumed the president's probably going to be a senior. And there were only like 3 or 4 of us, I think, maybe more, but like people who would probably run. And someone said to me, like the week leading up to it, they were like, hey, you're already like student council president, right? So like, do you care if like maybe you run for like VP and I'm president of Leo Club? In the moment, I was like, yeah, that's totally fair. Like 100%. That makes sense. Like, yeah, you should have it. And then I because that was just my in the moment reaction, because I was like, didn't think about it. And then for like a day I sat on it and I was like, wait, I have been coming here every week, or at least like as many as I could for 4 years. I've been coming here. And I think they had only been coming for like a year, maybe if even. Like they might have joined that year, which circumstances change why people can come to things. Like I'm not like trying to shit on them. But my brain was going through it and I was like, I have been here for all of it. I've volunteered. I've worked hard. Like I've been a part of everything I was physically capable of being a part of. And I loved the club. So that morning, it was like preschool, driving for the meeting. I go, fuck that. I'm applying. I'm going to run for president. Like, why the fuck wouldn't I? And so we all have to write our names on the board, and it's president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And you just write your name under the positions you're running for.
Real quick.
Yeah.
What does the treasurer of Leo Club do?
Fucking nothing.
Besides just have that title.
Yes, that's all they do is have that title. That's it. I think if we were to like try to ask for money, they would be like the person who like spearheads that. Like, because sometimes we could like try and do a fundraiser, or like they would be like the one who organizes it. But otherwise, yeah, there's no role there in a high school Leo Club. Yeah, just the title. It's just to be able to give a 4th person a role on a piece of paper. But so I walk up and I write my name under either just president or president and VP, because you could run for multiple in case like you didn't get the one you wanted, because we were such a small group of people. But I also might have just done president, because I was like, fuck this, I'm getting it. And I ended up winning. And I then sat there and like couldn't even make eye contact with the person, because I had never said anything. I'd never updated that I was like gonna run instead.
Yeah.
Because it was all just in my head of like, wait, like I also, even though I know I'm like student council president, like I also worked hard to be here and like want to do it. Like I care, like I want to do it and I want to do a good job. So I ran, I won, and that person like ended up getting a position. Like they didn't get president, but they got a position. And it just like never came up again. But sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm like, was that one of the shittiest things I've ever done? Like maybe. So there you go.
Did you like put together stuff like as president then? Oh
yeah, I was like super involved.
Okay.
I don't regret being president.
I'm gonna say kind of the asshole.
Yeah, kind of the asshole.
Because you should have
just said no. I should have, yeah.
No, you're fine to say yes, but then like when you like had the realization, one, you just shouldn't have blatantly said yes.
I know.
If you didn't truly feel that way.
Yeah.
And then secondly, like you at least should have updated them before just like doing it.
Yeah, I absolutely should have.
But like, I don't think you're the asshole for that.
Yeah, I mean, I handled it in an asshole way. I will agree to that. And I did feel that way in the moment, but I also was like, but I want this. And yeah, I enjoyed being president of that. Probably more than I enjoyed being president of student council.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you. You
little asshole.
Yeah. You said you had a real life.
No, it's all right.
Sorry, that one took me a minute.
No. The rest of the episode was already long enough. So I made up my fake one about Elon Musk. Or somebody.
Right. And I made my fake one about you or somebody.
Oh, yeah. You did have a fake one, too. And then you gave a real one. Whatever.
The real one was the one I was going to go with. And then I thought of the fake one. And I was like, wait, that's too funny. Because
shut the fuck up.
Behind the scenes, every few days, Spencer likes to tell me to shut up because I'm probably being annoying. Like I don't. You do.
I don't remember doing this
like,
ever.
A few weeks ago, I was like, Spencer, do you know like every few nights you tell me to shut up, which is crazy because like you're allowed to go on bits whenever you want, but when I'm going on a bit, which always does happen to me between 9 and 10:30 p.m., you tell me to shut up, and you're like, I don't do that. And then like 2 days later you did. And I was like, Spencer, you did it. And you were like, why did you say something?
You never say it in the moment, so I don't know that I did it. How can I correct these actions?
It's very funny. That's all.
But yeah, I mean, also maybe you should be as funny as me.
So I guess, are we the asshole? We're the asshole. End of story.
Yeah.
We are assholes.
We're assholes.
Yeah. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Our microphones just got here.
Do they really?
Let's go get them and do something stupid.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thanks for listening.
And look in the mirror and say, are you the asshole?
Yeah. If you can't say it 6 inches from the mirror, you better not say it to anybody else.